So she's like, what are you doing, my lord? And he's like, remember who you're speaking to, Cherish. You know, you're just the maid. Hi, this is Cass from Aussie Cass Plays, and welcome to Season 4, Part 6 of my Medieval Legacy Challenge. Now, you know it's never a good day when I'm opening up on a shot of the farm and the graveyard on the farm lot. And that is the case here as well. Because I have aging disabled on houses that aren't the played household, usually I peg the ages of the important Sims, like the ones we interact with, to the ages of the Sims in my house. And I've known for a while that all of Gerard's grandparent generation, with the exception of Oliver and Jewel, due to special circumstances, all of them should probably have passed away by now. So we are here with Christopher. This is the only son of Rose and Thomas. The reason he's here is because he brought the graves of both of his parents. Yes, that means Rose and Thomas have passed away. So has Andrea. So the only ones left of Olivia and Zachary's kids now are Oliver, who spent about 10 years as a vampire, so his aging is a little set back, and Jewel, who is desperately keeping herself alive with potions, so Oliver can grow old with her. This is our current family graveyard. It's cute as far as graveyards go, but I have got a link in the description of all of my videos in this series. If you ever want to go and just get a quick little paragraph rundown, I do try and keep those, well, I've just updated it now. I try and keep them up to date and put just a little bit of background of like major life events and stuff and traits and things. So I'm really, really sad about Andrea, Rose and Thomas. Andrea was like the youngest child of Olivia and Zachary. If you are a little bit rusty or you're jumping in now, she wanted to be a sailor like her dad. She was a little firecracker. She was the one that she would have liked to have been a guard as well, but that was flatly denied her. So she managed to be a fisherman. I'm really sad about Rose and Thomas, but I am glad that Rose got to reconcile with Martha. So I do fully expect all of the Sims walking around, like a lot of Sims we encounter, are going to be sad. Rose was incredibly popular with the nobility and a lot of the population. She was just a really popular Sim. And that's partly because she was the party host, servant, quote unquote servant generation. So she just knew a lot of people, and because she had the right traits, she was very popular. Now little Christopher lives on his own. He's in the old house. I don't think he's going to get married. I don't think he wants to. He's just not interested. I am debating, because obviously he's a blacksmith. He'll either need to hire a servant or possibly get one of his relatives to move in and help him manage the house. Anyway, it's a whole thing, but we are going to switch across now to Gerard, because obviously we've got an attempt to secure a young lady's hand in marriage to do. So I will catch you guys. It's like 10 o'clock now in game. I'll catch you guys probably when he finishes work, because he will work in the morning. Hopefully we'll also get promoted. Gerard is at work and I just got a phone call from Martha, and I'd forgotten I'd done this. I used in the last part, it was one of those talk to insert sim here about expanding their family. Thank you for our earlier conversation, Gerard. Georgie and I are both on board and expect to deliver a baby soon. Martha's pregnant. I mean, her husband's a bit of a scallywag, but you know, he might redeem himself. Now, he should get promoted. Speaking Gerard, not the husband. Don't think the husband works. Gerard should get promoted because he was actually just at the start of Excellent when he went to work. And weirdly, despite the fact he was really good friends with Rose, like they were besties almost, he didn't have a sad mood low when I loaded the lot. I don't know if that's because I killed her by shift clicking, because you know, I wanted her to have an elderly death, and I hate to say it, but when you've disabled aging, there's only certain ways to get it done. I feel awful. I feel like I have blood on my hands. I don't know if that's why, but then, like, Nalani and a few of the others seemed really upset. Christina's asking us on a date. I'm gonna just ignore that because we're actually about to go to her house. So I'm just gonna get him to get some leftovers. Now, we have been dubbed a knight. He's been promoted to knight. He will now make an additional $10 an hour for 18 an hour, and he got a 500 simoleon bonus. His next shift is tomorrow morning. He needs to own 2 pieces of workout equipment and play 3 games of chess. We don't have a chessboard, I don't think. That's all right. We just got a 500 simoleon bonus. I need to put some plants in those. And this is one of our pieces of workout equipment. It's a punching bag, but we've got something very, very, very important to do, because I'm conscious that we are, what did I say, 6 parts in to this generation? Our boy's not married. He should be married. What I might do, I think he's a gym rat. I'll just have him do a quick energize box just to try and get his fun up a little bit, and then we'll have him head off. I just don't want him to be like tense moodlet-y. Okay, he doesn't have a tense moodlet now, and then we're going to head over and attempt to make friends with Christina's dad. This is going to be a wild ride, you guys. We've got Potion of Forced Friendship. Normally I don't use this. In fact, I don't think I've literally ever used this. I did once off screen play around with the romantic one. I think there's a potion that makes people really receptive to your romantic overtures. You'll be pleased to know that it all came undone for that sim in the end, because I feel like she deserved it. All right, we're going to have him swig his potion really discreetly. Oh, you're cold. I mean, that would be a terrible shame if you died, but let's do a smooth apology. Now, I'm guessing that Lord Jackson here's coming out to be like, what the heck are you doing here? He's done a smooth apology. Obviously, that didn't go well. Use the power of forced friendship. I don't know what this will do. Whoa, other than make them have a really weird hug. Everybody loves attending social events that Gerard hosts, so he got a great reputation out of that. Charity benefit parties could be useful. Are you my long-lost BFF from a while back? No. Oh well, let's be BFFs anyway. Lord Jackson just became good friends with Gerard. Gerard and Lord Jackson have settled their differences and are no longer enemies. That was one click. I thought I would just I assumed that you just do social interactions and you get like a bigger increase. Literally one click. So let's show appreciation. Now he is still angry. So let's see if we can calm him down since we're besties. I love that Desiree just walked up she's checking out how her potion did. She's like, hey, how's everything going here? And Gerard's like, oh my God, could you be any more obvious? You need to calm down, buddy. I've got an important question to ask you. I should marry her really fast so that if he comes to his senses, basically use the power. I'm not using it on her. That would be wrong. I could use it on Matthias. Although Matthias doesn't hate us. We'll talk about how courageous he's feeling. I suspect he's actually feeling super conflicted. I would never use that power on a sim normally. Show appreciation. Oh, he's happy now. I need to ask him a question he could say no to. Ask for small loan. If he says yes, he's agreed that we can marry his daughter. Oh, she's really smelling a rat. I feel like she's come up and this is Cherish. She's the maid who, aside from anything else, knows. Did he give us money? He gave us 500 simoleons. Here you go, Gerard. Try to pay it back when you can. So she's like, what are you doing, my lord? And he's like, remember who you're speaking to, Cherish. You're just the maid. She's like, just the maid. She has her eyes on being his wife. But obviously, that's easier said than done. Oh, they were gonna dance. Oh, I'm sad that I cancelled that. So he's saying to her, your father said yes. She's like, are you serious? He's like, yeah, your father said yes. I love that it's just started snowing. It's spring now. It's so magical. And Cherish has come out here to cheer us on. She's trying to figure out what's going on. She's like, I don't understand. Oh, she's so mad that it's snowing. She's like, I don't understand. Why did Lord Jackson change his mind? He hated that guy 5 minutes ago. Does Gerard have something on Jackson? What does he have on him that he would say yes? But I also think she's probably glad to get Christina out of the house because, it's one less daughter of Lady Elizabeth, or one less child of Lady Elizabeth to get in her way. Now, obviously she can't. She couldn't marry Jackson for a couple of reasons. Okay, they're going to have their first kiss, you guys. Okay, I look at this beautiful sunset too. She seems so surprised, but then you would be because she probably had reconciled herself to the fact it wasn't even going to happen. And then the next thing she hears, she's not marrying Magnus. Now, she's really angry too. I'm actually going to have him use the power of forced friendship on her as well. Desiree is still circling in the area because she smells a rat and he can see it. She probably is also suspicious, but I'm not so sure she'd judge it either. She'd be like, was it worth it? I mean, see, Desiree supervising. That's very responsible potion issuing. Whoa, what was that? What was that? It's funny. She's getting negative social interactions to him. So I think he's going to tell her to go away. Not you. You don't go away. I want these guys to canoodle. What is canoodle? Oh, wait. Make out in closet. No, I'm cancelling that. No. I didn't know what that was. All right. I actually am going to ask her to be girlfriend. Now, I'd like to also propose to her, but I think she'll say no because they only just had their first kiss. So I might just have them like flirt a little bit. I just have to be really careful. I don't want to court maybe. I think court was flirt. I just don't want to do anything that he wouldn't do. So yeah, Lord Jackson's like, hey, Gerard, future son-in-law, what's up? I'm going to get him to brush his teeth. So he's feeling super confident. Where's she gone? She's in here eating. I might actually take advantage. Is it still active? 10 hours. Use the power of force friendship on her brother as well. Because he's the future lord of the Honeycut line. So he's like feeling awful, but also he's like trying to make sure that if Lord Jackson dropped dead tomorrow, which he may well do, that, you know, Matthias doesn't just override what Jackson agreed to. Super dodgy though. Feels weird. Woohoo ambush. No, we can do it. Scared. Gonna try it. Because the thing is, she would also be like, I don't know why Dad's changed his mind, but we're gonna do it right now. Get married tomorrow. I'm not getting married in this part. We will do it in the next part. Now, just so you guys know, I am going to try and, if not pre-record, record fairly quickly after this part comes out, just so that I have something for next weekend, obviously with it being Christmas. Please say yes. Please say yes. Is she going to say yes? She's saying yes. Yay. I did not think that was going to go that well. I'm going to make this the thumbnail and you guys are going to be like, what? I'm just shocked that it was that easy. And we're now having a very awkward encounter because she's just decided to come up again. Go away. I genuinely think she's like really smelling a rat here. One thing I wouldn't mind your opinion on is she should probably come with a dowry when she moves in with Gerard, but I don't want to go overboard. It would, on the other hand, be nice to make some changes to the house that we're living on, like the lot that we're living on, to make it a little bit more suitable to the daughter of a noble. Obviously, if I added her via Cass, is it like 2,000 or 3,000 simoleons for each extra sim in the house? I can't remember. I think it might be 2. So we could do that, maybe 2,000 simoleons. I don't want to make it like 20. We do have 8,000 simoleons in our pocket right now. Now, I'm going to send him home. Gerard wouldn't want her to live above a stable, and I think she wouldn't care. I don't really have a mod that lets me actively knight him. I will rename him. He is now Sir Gerard, which is so cute. Sir Gerard Weaver. The Weaver surname isn't as noble as it could be, I suppose, but I also think he's proud of his family and what they've achieved and where they've come from. Maybe if he does a big noble deed of some kind, we could look at that down the track. But I'm thinking we'll just make him Sir Gerard. What I'm going to do, because I can't actually knight him, is after work, I'm going to take him to the palace and have him meet the king, the queen, and both of like the prince and the princess. Maybe some of the other knights he knows go with him. That can be his ceremony, I guess. Like almost maybe even a party at their house. We could do that real quick. Okay, so this fellow who's calling us is actually the butler to the king, and he's calling to inform me that a distant relative has passed away and left a vast fortune specifically to me. I think this answers my dowry question. I'm going to say money, 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 give now. Now, see, I feel like he'd say under what conditions, but I'm only doing the first option because I know what the consequence will be. We're going to do that anyway. So, we're going to say yes. Very well. However, now that you've accepted, I must inform you that you will only get this money if you become married within 7 days. Those are the terms. Good luck and congratulations on the next chapter of your life. Yeah, I mean, I do feel like he would be pretty tense about that, but that's okay. It's fine. So what we're going to do is plan a social event. I do actually need to check. I think he needs to host a dance once a week now that he's a knight. I have renamed him as well. Sir Gerard Weaver. So posh. So I haven't reinstalled my Kawaii Stacey parties, so we're stuck with what's in game. I feel like my party options have gotten less. Like, let's go for a dinner party, I guess. All of the posh people we know, not Cherish, she's a maid. Stuart, obviously, it's his house. Not Elizabeth, because she's in a nunnery, and and not Vincent because he's in the doghouse with Lord Jackson. Not any of these guys. It's sad. Like, I'd like to have his family at his night party, like when he gets knighted, but this is a party at the palace. Any other knights that I've forgotten about, I guess, were on duty. Caterer will make... Oh, I could invite one of my Sims this way. Desiree scammed her way into being the caterer. She's keeping an eye on things. All right, we need to do the royal family residence, which is the castle. Biggest problem with this castle is it has a swimming pool. I'm actually thinking of deleting it. The Sims constantly get in the pool. And it's really annoying when you want them to stay in formal wear. All right, we are at the palace. This place is a bit of a rabbit warren. I think I've shown you guys this before, but it was a long time ago. So this was a lot I got off the gallery, but it was a spooky day build. And I went through and changed pretty much everything. So it's not a spooky day build anymore. I did upload it to the gallery on my account, which is Hurricane Cass with 1S. The main things to note are there's a random spider on the outside of the wall, and one of these towers, I think it's this one here, is the wrong colour. This version also has CC in it now. The version on the gallery does not. So, you know, it's huge. I did just delete the swimming pool before I started recording. We've got, you know, sitting areas and stuff for the king and his entertainment. This is the dining room in here where we'll hopefully have some food. We've got a piano sitting area. This one, you'll notice the floors are different. They're a bit more rough. I imagine this is more like servants area. So, you know, handiness tables, that kind of thing. But they don't line up very well. So the servants area comes up into a nobility area up here. We've got the study, the king's study. Then we have a bedroom. I think this is the king and queen's bedroom. We've got another servant area in here. This is where most of the servants sleep, like the butler and stuff. I think this was the crown princess's room before she became the queen and then passed away. So that's that floor. It's just, it's a big lot. This was like a private study, I think. The king, you know, dude's got a lot of space. We have a throne room here. This is the king's private chapel where he can engage in worship of the deity of the realm. This is where the crown prince and his twin sister were, like that was their nursery, but I need to put in beds because I aged them up. And on the basement level, this is not on the gallery. I added this after I uploaded it. We have the mausoleum for the royal family, and every member of the royal family who has passed away since I started this is in here. So Queen Grace was the previous queen. This is her husband, Prince Charles Windenburg. Because he was not the heir, he was the husband of the heir. That's why he's a prince. We have Queen Grace's parents. We have Queen Mary and King Harold. You'll notice some bias going on here in the decorations. There are reasons for that. And this is the urn of the current queen's mother, who was good friends with Queen Grace. And then we've got some knights out here. I decided the knights, like Sir Edison, who has a long history in this series, and Sir Reginald, and then this guy, Sir Leon Kaplan, servant of the queen. He's in the sin bin in the same way she is, and for the same reasons. Anyway, it's all good. So what we're going to do, go to the sitting room here. Now I've given you a quick tour. I actually wanted Gerard to come in and meet the king. So this is King Richard Windenburg. He's an adult now. I actually just aged him up. So he's got some wrinkles. His hair goes through his crown. Just ignore that. He's got big hair. He likes to weave it through. So, you know, that I think he turned up to the shop once in Glimmerbrook. He did. If not, that's what he looks like. So what we're going to do is a proper introduction to the king, because he is the king. Why are we doing this sitting down? Why do my Sims hate me? He's bowing from across the room. The king seems pretty chill. He's like, you know, welcome to my service, Sir Gerard. Well, imagine the actual knighting with the sword, like the actual... I dub thee Sir Gerard of Windenburg, you know, servant of my name, etc., etc. Well, imagine that all happened just prior to the dinner party. Now, I don't know if anyone is going to cook So he's introducing himself to, this is Princess Anne. Now, I did mention in a previous part, due to character limits on names, the princesses have to have really short names because princess takes up a lot of characters. I don't know how we're going to deal with that when we get to that generation, but we'll figure it out. She has her mother's eyes and her mother's hair colour. Her mum has red eyes. I don't know where she got it from. I think I've been playing this house for a couple of generations. They're not like evil or anything. Don't eat a garden salad. Maybe I need to get him to cook. Okay, so Stuart's out having a chat to Martha. I might actually need to get him to cook, but he can come in here and offer a proper introduction to the Queen as well. Now, she's feeling really sad because her mum actually just passed away. Queen is a snob, dog lover, and squeamish. I guess I'll have him cook then. That's really annoying. Oh, actually, he's probably going to get scolded for this. Does he have the trait? Oh, I forgot. He needs to have 20 friends and get level 10 charisma. I could have really cheated when I had that potion in effect. I could have just had him go around and introduce himself to it's not cheating if it's in the game. But yes, he could have introduced himself to everybody. We're looking for always welcome. We don't have it, but we do have a lot of points. So I will grab that real quick so he can actually cook in the palace. They do have a butler. I was actually just going to task the butler or get, Desiree to do it. But she didn't show up. Immediately liked when met with a nice introduction. I got this for Rose. It's really OP. But would be very helpful for his aspiration that he needs to complete. Hey, is that Desiree? It's Desiree! Desiree, cook some food. I just bought a treat because you weren't here yet. Hang on. It's not super, formal, but that's okay. This lady is a spellcaster if we weren't all in the kitchen. Not that I think she'd be outing herself with magic in front of the royal family anyway. Especially because of what just went down with Christina's dad. I'm just going to have him cook. I don't want him to burn the kitchen down. Somewhere on this lot is the Crown Prince. I would also like to meet him. I'm actually wondering if Arthur's asleep on a couch or something somewhere. What are they? Oh, are they dancing? Oh, she's dancing with Sajurian. Now, I think I mentioned this. I actually downloaded the friendly version of this mod. So this is not a romantic interaction. It doesn't give them romance, which is lucky, although Georgie over here does not seem to be impressed that his wife is dancing with a member of the knighthood. So he's going to call to meal. That should hopefully get us close. I don't care if we get gold, but we just got gold. So I'm like, I don't care if we get gold. Yeah, that's fine. I was just happy for them to get silver. I don't know where we're going. We're eating in the servants' quarters. That's a choice. I mean, he is a servant, the king, technically. He's just a fancy one. Now, I also did give him a makeover. Only one of his outfits. I only did his everyday. He has armor now. That's the princess. I really don't know where the prince is. He's got his dad's hair and his mum's eyes. He looks a lot like his twin. Other than that, he's quite skinny. The other thing I did was I darkened his skin tone very slightly because they were both quite pale. But I figured he'd be learning how to ride a horse and all of those things that kings do. He would be getting more sun, basically. His twin would be sitting inside and sewing, and he would be out, learning from the knights how to fight. This is actually the reason I wanted Gerard to meet him, because Gerard would be part of his training crew. Oh, here he is. Now, he's not, I wanted him to be mostly in purple because purple is the royal colour in this world. I didn't really have any purple medieval CC for kids. Pleased to meet you, Sir Prince Arthur. Prince Arthur is lactose intolerant, if you're wondering what that said. Let's see. Oh, we're good friends with him. That I forgot we just got that trait. However, let's also say he's been training him for a little while, not training him because he was a squire and the king is cooking. It's fine, when ignore that. So he's been assisting in the training of the young prince for a little while now. The prince is bored. Let's discuss his bored mood. Maybe that'll help. Now, I'm actually going to wrap this part up here. I'm really excited. We've had 2 big achievements in this part. We've got Lord Jackson to agree we can marry his daughter, and Gerard has become an official knight. He's level 2 of the knight career. There are 5 levels of this career. So it says, I didn't actually read this out. Next promotion is Crusader. So you've made it to your knighting ceremony, accepted the accolade bestowed to you. Through chivalry and strength, you have proven yourself and are now dubbed a knight. Yay! So we've had a big one. Next part, we're going to get married. I hopefully will be able to not record the next part until I've had a chance to see your comments in response to this one. My only concern is between Christmas and getting, things done between now and then. And I actually just got my COVID booster today. And I'm fully expecting I'm going to feel like trash tomorrow. So I don't even know how long it's going to take me to edit this video. That's okay. It's all good. Well, while you're in the toilet, why don't you use it and we'll take you home. And if you've enjoyed, please like and subscribe. You know the drill. And I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching.